Or YouTube.
That's right. We're at Mobius Pick on both of those.
All right.
Here we are with deckbox.cratejoy.com. And we got these crates. I ordered them for myself.
Inspired box, actually.
Very simple. We're going to open in a second.
Why did you not cut the... Oh, you did.
I did cut the top. So we're going to kind of talk about the stuff. Let's see what's in it. Show everybody.
All right, we've got packing materials. We've got a letter. Oh, we got some green dice. That's pretty cool. Let me show those.
Well, this is the first month of this, by the way. This is the first existing.
Look at that.
Sleeves. So, before we go any further, let's talk about the fact that they gave us sleeves, a deck box.
They actually gave you unopened packs, too.
They gave us a deck box.
Origins boosters.
Yep. They gave us a deck box, a nice deck box. They gave us dice to play with. They gave us sleeves. I have everything I need to play, right? Oh, wow. These are fancy seal sleeves. Okay. Yeah. So I have themed sleeves. Now, I paid about $30 a month. We'll get to the cards in a second on these. But, like, I paid $30 a month, so I should expect to get a little bit more value than that in the total thing. But the fact that we already start with 3 Magic Origins booster sets, which are the current ones, are right behind them. We have something to play with dice, like, and we have sleeves. This means that immediately I can start playing. Like, if I got this and decided to just give this to a friend of mine,
then I would have an EDH deck.
Alright, now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show the cards and we're going to go through them and then we'll go back through and talk about the valuable cards real quick. So you have the deck.
Yeah. So the general is Tessa.
There we go. Alright, so...
do you want to move the...
Move a divider? Yeah, we'll go ahead and move this.
Alright.
Right around here so you guys can see. And I'll move this. Give me 1 second.
Look at the ceiling.
While you guys look at the ceiling. Oh gosh, it's backwards. That's the problem. It's my face.
Ooh.
All right. And around.
Ooh. Wow.
All right. So let me see these here, and I'll say each of the cards as we go through, and then we'll go through and I'll set aside the cards that actually have significant value, and I'll talk about, was this worth my $30 from the deck box? Tessa, Envoy of Ghosts, Cool Commander. Yoked Plowbeast, no thank you. Walking Corpse, no thank you. Wake Dancer, no thank you. Welcome Guide, no thank you. It's alphabetical. Voracious Null, Victim of Night, Veterans Reflexes, Ultimate Price, Unyielding. Throttle, no. Tactus, yes it is. Territorial.
No, it is definitely not alphabetical.
These cards are. Syndic.
Is it reverse alphabetical?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay. Sarah Angel.
Yeah, let's see if I can get a good angle on this.
Yeah. Real time.
Wah! It's doing it. So this is the...
there we go.
We're going through, seeing what's inside this deck box, and seeing if you want to pay $30 for this.
So far, I'm not impressed.
Solemn Offering. We'll talk about the total value in a second. Sheer Drop. Swift Justice. Smite the Monstrous. Sandstorm Charger. Swarm of Bloodflies. Singar Vampire. Shadow Cloak. Vampire, Sign in Blood, Return Centaur, Read the Bones, Relic Bane, that's cool, Retreat to Emeria, Renegade Demon, Rakdos Drake, Pacifism, Ordeal of Erebos, Nantico Husk, Drana's Emissary, Mortis Dogs, Lithomancer's Focus, Inspired Charge, Hooded Assassin,
I'm not impressed.
Hand of Solomgar,
I have to admit,
Ghostly Sentinel, Glimpse of the Sun God, Gideon's Reproach, Gravedigger, Enshrouding Mist, Duress, Doomblade, Deathwind, Divine Favor, Dutiful Attendant, Dusk Hunter Bat, Child of Night, Bone Splinters, Congregate, Curtain of Light, Altar's Reap, Amprint Tactician, Azorius Arrestor, Auramancer, Angel of Renewer.
A really messed up Guildgate.
Yeah, messed up Guildgate. Scoured Baron, Sandstone Bridge, Rogue's Passage, Blighted Steppe, Step, Evolving Wilds, Blighted Finn, Serge Step.
Well, can you cancel right now? Because you notice there's 1 rare in that entire pack.
I would say that I'm not very impressed with this right now from that part. Let's go back over here. So the deck itself, there's not really much going on.
Wow. I mean, there's a theme in there somewhere.
There is a theme. So there's several different parts here. The first and foremost is the value of the cards that you got. Now,
which was about $1.
Yeah, there's not very many.
I mean, that's pretty bad.
We do have to consider, like, you know, that there's value in actual cards here. Which
there's more value in these dice than that entire pack.
Yeah, and these. This is probably
that was pretty bad.
Well, these
$4 a pack maybe.
Yeah, they're specialty ones.
$2 a pack if you get them on Amazon.
So
I'm gonna steal these green dice. You didn't get any value out of that.
yeah.
They are nice green dice. They're very nice. Look at that.
Yeah,
So green.
they're just regular D6s.
I mean, they are just regular, and they're actually kind of chipped and stuff too.
Yeah, they're probably
pretty
bulk.
poorly made. Yeah,
They're bulk dice.
I bet they don't roll very well either.
So it looks like almost all my value is in $12 of packs, which, you know, $12 of packs goes a long way. I would much rather not have any packs and have
better cards.
Yeah, I was expecting to have. Now, first of all, we do have a deck box and this, so this might be something like $6-10 worth of materials. And I do like that these are in here. I do think that these should be in here.
Should be.
I don't think that my total amount of cards should be less than the value of cards, or this much lower.
Less than this. I mean,
it's true. That's the most valuable thing.
I mean,
standalone.
All those commons are not worth anything. They're 5-cent commons. They
If that.
gave you a few full art lands.
Right, but they're easy to come by as well. These are the current sets.
They're the current set lands, and they didn't even give you a full set of them. Wow, that is super disappointing.
It really is. I was hoping for a lot more out of this. Now, do I mind cards like Scoured Veterans? And I do mind that my Orzhov Guildgate is messed up, but we'll just assume that's a shipping error. I think that cards like this would be good. And I wouldn't mind if there were no rare lands. I do not expect them to send me dual lands. That's not a good investment of their money. And I think lands like this are good.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't like that basically I have a bunch of junk.
Commons. They're commons and uncommons.
Junk commons and uncommons. These aren't... I don't have cards that are exciting.
Well, so I'm failing to see the theme. That's another big problem I'm failing to see.
Let's see. There's
counters. I see counter theme.
There is, but black-white should have more of a life gain theme.
I mean, I'm just not really seeing a theme. Like
not really. Like cards like Territorial Rock are just random cards put in.
Yeah, I don't really understand what they did besides take your money.
Yeah, cards like Tandem Tactics aren't playable in EDH.
No, they're not EDH.
You don't
cards.
need low quality.
I mean, they could have put a bunch of quarter rares in here, and it would have been a fine deck had they followed.
Right, cards like Victim of Night, I'm happy to have.
Yeah,
this is a good
if
card.
they would have followed a theme, they could have done. But I don't see a theme. I was expecting a theme.
I was expecting a theme. I was not expecting.
There was some sort of tokens theme in there, and some sort of zombie theme going on, but like
right. But cards like Walking Corpse are just not playable.
They're not EDH cards. I mean,
cards like Yoked Beast are interesting cards to write because you're going to have so many slots, right? And having a powerful card that cycles, it's fine. All of these cards aren't bad choices, but there are no great choices. Let's see.
Well, so the fact that they gave you one rare,
which is the
general, that's basically got to be rare, and then 99 commons and uncommons. I'm not sure how many were laid. It looked like about 40. That's pretty sad for $30. And I think he already signed up for a month of this, or a year of this.
Right, because it was a good value.
So right now, I would be trying to cancel. In fact, that's going to be the next part of the stream is Daniel trying to cancel.
I'll be contacting them.
Writing angry emails, posting this on YouTube with a "Do not buy" in the title. I really think that should be part of it. Do not buy this.
Well, let's see what cards that I actually consider playable in EDH.
Let's build a better deck with Tessa right now.
I'm sure we could. Okay, so playable cards that came out of this. First of all, Tessa's fine. Tessa is a fine general. She's not my favorite kind of general.
She costs a little bit much to be playing in EDH.
Well,
as your general.
She doesn't have as much of a build-around theme. I was expecting these to be very themed, flavorful decks that may not have been perfect.
Maybe not worth a bunch of money either. Just super themed with the accoutrement of being able to play.
Right.
But they gave you 99 commons and uncommons that do not seem to support a theme, and a general that I just wouldn't play as the general.
I don't mind it. She's powerful. I was hoping maybe like the small Tessa would have been better.
The small Tessa would have been great.
Not because she's necessarily stronger, but because she has a stronger theme, or if there were more things that had to do with black and white tokens, like this Tessa makes tokens, or maybe black sources that did damage to multiply creatures. But let's talk about the cards that are playable here. There are a small handful, and I think all these are good.
Is that literally the handful?
This is literally the
You
handful.
should see this. It's like 8 cards.
Ultimate price. I would run that in EDH.
That seems fine.
Victim of Night.
I generally do not run a card that does not kill multiple things, though.
Victim of Night. Doomblade. Duress, which is actually very fun to play as well. It's very good. Pacifism. It can be better than Duress or something if you have it in the right situation.
It's a fun card.
Now we're on the iffier cards, but I can still consider acceptable cards for them to send me because they're fine. Sheer Drop. I'd rather not play that in a finished deck, but that's a fine card to send to me. Smite the Monstrous. Another card that fits that category. I wouldn't run it in a very high-level deck, but it's fine to put many. Yoked Plow Beast. Not because I like the card, but because it shows how good cycling is. And running more cycling cards is a good thing. The cycling disenchant effect that cycles to destroy enchantment is one of the cards I'm very happy to run in various kinds of white decks. Because you don't always need to kill enchantments. But when you need to quite a bit. And being able to cycle it's there. Now the problem I have right here is that leaves me with the rest of this.
That is a bunch of junk. Like, do not leave that at my house. Take that with you.
And none of it fits into a deck that I want to run.
Take that as a cautionary tale not to give people $30 when you don't know what they're doing.
I'm running Gideon's Reproach. Like, that's not a card you can run. It does 4 damage to attacking and blocking creature.
You don't have to tell me. That's like I know what that card does.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to.
Deathwind is not a card you can run in EDH. I cannot afford to pay 9 mana to kill a creature. I mean...
Hey, you got that inspired charge, though. Look at that. Oh, they have a black-white card in there. Look at that.
They have some. And, you know...
Oh, look. A bunch of commons.
They have cards that you could consider running. There's nothing wrong with running a Read the Bones. I guess it's in the...
It really needs to be foil. Like, I don't run
or
Read the
a
Bones.
Sign in Blood. I guess those are runnable cards. But the rest of these cards are not runnable. That's the problem I have. Is... Well...
This truly makes me sad. I mean, they almost made up for it. Almost. I mean, look at that.
That's cool.
If they would have had a half-decent deck in that, I would have been okay with it.
Giving me cool stuff is
so
one part
much
of it.
fail is what it actually says on the sleeves, and if it doesn't, I'll write that on it later. That's real sad.
It is, and the problem with this deck isn't that we expected a bunch of money. They tried to get us our value outside of the deck.
And that's a noble effort. The fact is, you didn't sign up for a bunch of Magic supplies, though. You signed up for an EDH deck.
Right. So what I was expecting, and they delivered on,
was some cool stuff.
Was sleeves, and they're cool sleeves.
That's that really messed everything up. I don't even know what that is. All right. Oh, we got some dice. Let's not forget those.
Yeah. Whee. The dice are fine. I think that they're too low quality to want to keep.
Pretty low quality. Like, I do love the color. The color is great. Look at that. It's creative.
Yeah, but you guys can't tell here very well. But the
edges,
quality,
the edges are all messed up.
And the paint is as well. The deck box is a suitable. So there are 3 pieces of this product that are fine, but none of them
not include Magic cards.
I mean, the Magic packs are fine, but if instead of $12 of Magic packs,
I'm thinking these are about $2 or $3 a piece.
Well,
we can look these up.
Well, here's the thing. I'm fine with these being in here. I'm fine with half of the value of my thing being in products to contain your stuff in. Mm-hmm. That's a smart idea when you're sending me packages of EDH decks to have ways to store them. What's not okay...
Oh, you got this too.
Yes, I have the completely free sending Ultra Pro thing that comes with this.
Oh, that comes in the box?
Yeah.
Is a little less impressive.
Is almost all of my cards. Let's put up the... okay, I think these lands are playable too.
What?
Cards that are playable in EDH? Playable. Not even great. I don't have a single card.
This is a great card, just not as a general.
I don't have a single card that I'm happy to add to my collection that I already have, versus cards that are not playable. Lands. those are just basic lands, which is fine.
Some of them are full art. Yeah, I mean, I would play these lands.
I don't. You have to have lands.
Yeah, but I would play full art lands.
So that's the difference between these two things. If I had $12 more of rares, like I can just spout off tons of black and white rares that would flavorfully go in either a token-based deck, a sacrifice deck, a life gain deck, or a counter deck. And this doesn't have any of those things strong enough.
Nope.
It should support one or two of those themes. Many of those cards are very cheap.
I mean,
If
like
I had-
a quarter or less.
Yeah, if I had $12 worth of sort of low grade rares and uncommons that fit a
Fit a
theme,
theme, yes.
that kind of pushed into that, then I would be moderately happy. And when buying in bulk, you hopefully have access to more of those and you can exceed that. I would have hoped that the value of my total $30 package was greater than $30. That was definitely not the case.
That's the way these boxes of crap work, right?
Right, when I get
So
my
when
loot
you get a
crate,
loot
I get
crate-
like, I pay $20 and I get like $60 worth of stuff. Now, I don't like all $60 worth of stuff, but it's almost always worth more than $20 to me. I paid $30 to get
That's pretty rough. So you got
to get $12 worth of packs.
that's MSRP about 12. Yeah, they're
And
actually
then
about
10
$2 a piece when you buy a whole box.
and then $10 of stuff.
Yep.
So I got
$10 is generous because like you can probably find that stuff cheaper.
probably, but this did $22.
Oh, and dice that are not very crappy, but a very good
$23?
color. Yeah, very good.
$24, and then maybe all these cards together are worth like $1 or $2.
If you had to buy them individually, yes. But man,
I would say after just this single one that deckbox.cratejoy.com is not living up to my expectations, and I would say that it is not worth getting from this one, which is really disappointing. I was really hoping to talk about the merits of, maybe it didn't add up to exactly $30, but the deck construction was cool, that you could give this to a new player and it would be enjoyable. That
but
the
if you gave
excitement of
this to a new player, they would assume you had pulled a bunch of stuff out of your collection and just handed it to
the
them.
problem is, like, they couldn't take this to a table and have a cool deck.
They couldn't take it to a table and have fun.
Like, Territorial Rock is not a playable card. It is a 2-mana 1/3 with flying. This is not a playable card in EDH. These are a bunch of cards that I would expect to be playing in a brand new person's deck that does nothing.
I would be expecting those cards to be played in a crappy draft deck.
Yeah, this looks like somebody
It's
made a really good draft deck.
Yeah.
Like, if this is my draft deck, I'd be
But
happy.
they didn't draft any rares.
I have a bunch of, like, life gain and sacrifice that has no uses for it. I wanted a deck that had a decent utility and had clear direction of the cards that I could add to it to improve it. I don't feel like I got
piece of
that.
paper say?
It said, thank you for your money. You don't give anything back.
Well,
I don't know
that's
what it
pretty
actually
accurate, actually.
That's how I felt it is.
So congratulations for being a pioneer. They're not joking. Thanks for giving us your money. That didn't actually say that.
No, this is the inaugural Dexbox mailing club, and tell us what you think on social media. I will be telling them.
Whoa.
That-
That is asking for it right there.
Now, that said, I mean,
Who buys an EDH deck that doesn't have What I'm trying to say here is nobody goes out and buys a loot crate that is EDH themed without having played Magic for a long time. Probably.
yeah. And I mean, there is the point at which, the playgroups won't be as evolved and all that stuff. Or I could give a deck, like, I was hoping that some of these decks would be cool, and I could give to my other friends that are new players.
Nope.
And they would be like, wow, this is cool. These are a lot of cool cards. There are no cool cards. This is the only cool
the
card.
card you could give to someone.
And they would say it's cool.
And it's not mint. It's almost mint.
That's fine. These cards are useful cards to have in your deck. I expected the deck to be mostly these and like 10 or 15 really cool cards. I was expecting a lot of fundamental cards, cheap kill spells, draw spells, cyclable disenchanting spells. I think there's like 1 or 2 other cards that are not the worst cards in the world in here. I'm having to look real hard because I'm sad. Solemn Offering doesn't have to be terrible.
Congregate, but it's not a good card.
Retreat Temerius. Well, okay. Congregate's fine if I have life game theme, which I don't have.
Or
Retreat,
if you have a token theme.
yeah, that's
It's
what I
a
meant.
great card for that theme.
Retreat
deck.
Temerius fine if I have a token theme, which I do not. I mean, Territorial Rock is still completely unplayable. Tandem Tactics is still completely
I love
unplayable.
that they put Throttle in there. That's a great draft pick. I mean, maybe they were trying to give you a draft deck. If we could draft with this deck, or like play sealed with this deck, we'd probably win.
For those of you who don't know what Veteran Reflexes does,
'Cause
it's
I
a
have
card
no
that's
idea.
never been playable. It's 1 for +1/+1 and untap a creature at instant speed. it might be the worst card of this entire thing.
And Ravnica block, that would have been fine. Return to Ravnica block, I mean.
It's from Original Zendikar. It didn't get played because it's
awful.
awful.
Zendikar. They've been great in Ravnica, though. Going to my Boros deck. Anyway.
Anyway.
Alright, I think we're done here. This is not worth buying. We're very sad about that. I can't stop playing with these dice.
Alright, guys.